I thought I'd make a couple of new videos because, well, it's hard to come up with content all the time on YouTube. Also, I thought you guys might be interested in this. I'm like a huge crazy reader. I love to read and listen to audiobooks, so I thought every month I would share with you the books that are on my bedside table and give you a review of them. So starting right now. First, let's start with Gretchen Rubin's new book, Out of Order, Inner Calm. I love Gretchen Rubin. Her book, The Happiness Project, was probably one of my all-time favorite self-help books of all time. This organizing book is not so great. I hate saying that because I love Gretchen Rubin. But this book, I felt like, I don't know what I felt. I mean, I'm still glad I read it because I love reading every organizing book ever made, but I kind of felt like there wasn't anything great or moving or earth-shattering in this book. So would I recommend it? Only if you're going to the library. Does that make me a bad person? I hope she doesn't watch this video. She's probably never gonna watch this video. It's Gretchen friggin' Rubin. She ain't watching this video. Next we have Awaken, the Giant Within. Speaking of giant, this book is freaking huge and very thick, and it's a little scary. So when I got it out, that was my first impression, is like, I love to read, man, but not this much. But I have to say, it's an incredible book. I'm feeling so motivated. Of course, it's by Tony Robbins. It's my first book, actually, I've ever read by Tony Robbins, and I am hooked. I can see why people love him, because he's so inspirational and motivating, and I think this book is for everyone. Everyone. So do I recommend this book? Abso-freaking-lutely. This is definitely one of the best books I've ever read. Next on my bedside table is Sapiens. But who is this by? God, do I have to pronounce it? Yuval Noah Harari? I don't freaking know. I feel so bad. This is a great book. I find this stuff fascinating. So it's all sort of about the evolution of man. It's a brief history of mankind, but done in a really interesting way. So talking about, I don't know, how the benefits from fire and how cooking our food made our brains more intelligent and just all these really cool connections. Fascinating. Well done. Extremely well written, but not hard. You know my limited vocabulary. I'm mostly like YA books, so I thought that this would be a stretch for me, that it might be a little too intellectual for my non-intellectual brain, but it's dumbed down and awesome, and I totally recommend this book. The last book I'm reading is Beautifully Organized by Nikki Boyd, who is At Home with Nikki here on YouTube. This book is as beautiful as everything Nikki makes. I first opened it, she sent me a copy, and I was like raging with envy. I'm a little envious. It makes my book look like amateur hour. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's well written. She's such a cricket, it's so well thought out. This is by far one of the best organizing books I've ever read. It's very crickety, it's very detailed, the pictures are gorgeous, it's a wealth of knowledge, and so if you are into organization and into organizing books, do I recommend this book? Abso-freaking-lutely, especially if you are a cricket like Nikki. So again, it's beautifully organized. Last but not least, the audiobook that I'm listening to right now is called Educated. I'm so into this audiobook. I've been doing a lot of research. It's about a girl who was like raised in some crazy family. It's crazy. There's some abuse allegations. It's just really fascinating. She was never educated, never went to school, but then put herself through university, got a scholarship, got her PhD or doctorate. She's like, super genius kid. And there's some debate whether this is a true story or not, if she's embellished some things. I've read both sides. Her family's like, you're a liar, but then she has a brother who's like, actually, she's not lying, and it's very divided, and it's very like drama, and it's very soap opera-y. So of course I'm like reading all the forums and learning anyways, because I have no life apparently. Anyway, do I recommend this book? Absolutely, and I really recommend it in audiobook form because it's very well read and interesting, and I put it on and I like clean for hours and forget where I am, and I'm so into my freaking book. I've been walking on the treadmill and walking the dog just to find out what happens next. That's how you know it's a good book. So I hope you enjoyed this different weird video about what's on my bedside table and what books I'm reading right now, and every month I will share with you if you're curious, if you're a book lover like me or not. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I thought I would share some personal things with you. I always share personal things with you, but like, not funny, more personal stuff with you about my childhood, because I'm wondering if any of you guys can relate. So when I was a kid, I was like spaz. Spaz is the only word I can use to describe me. I think I had, well, I know I had undiagnosed ADHD, but I also had like this crazy desperate need for attention. I talked nonstop. I was like bouncing off the walls all the time, very hyper, always fidgeting. And I spent a lot of my school year either in the corner, in the principal's office, or in the hallway. Mr. Allison, my grade 6 teacher at McNaughton Ave Public School, had enough of me. At first he drew a smiley face on the blackboard and pushed my desk all the way to the front, and then was like, just talk to this instead of the rest of the class. And then eventually he just moved my desk in the hall. And nowadays would be like, oh, that's really bad of him. But back then I literally was disrupting the entire class, so what else are you going to do? Maybe there was like Ritalin back then, but my parents weren't the type of parents to like take me to the doctor. They were more like, we're going to Florida, you can ride in the back of the pickup truck the whole time and get the wind in your hair so we don't have to hear your nonstop talking kind of parents. That's sort of the type of parents they were. Not to say that that's bad, it's just like old school thinking. So obviously I was undiagnosed, unmedicated, and just left to be crazy. I always thought that there was something really wrong with me, because I think everybody looks at kids like that, like there's something really wrong with them. And I'm so happy to see that that's changing nowadays. I'm so happy to see that now at my kids' school they put the hyper crazy kids on like a bouncy ball, or they make them do jumping jacks instead of making them sit in the hall, or they give them Ritalin or Adderall. And I definitely was one of the people who were like, everybody's zombifying the children and Ritalin's terrible and it's overdiagnosed, until I took my first pill. And this insane thing happened. It calmed me down. Like I went from like, I didn't take one today. Can you tell? You can tell in my videos the day that I take a Ritalin and the day that I don't, because I'm a spaz attack. And I'm still just like this. This is who I am. And do I think it's a negative? Not anymore. I think it's a positive. I have found a way to take this and channel it into passions and I craft and I read and I do all these things that I love, instead of focusing on the negative things that I was doing before. I really do believe that ADHD is a gift. I do. And I think it's a gift and a curse, but we need to find that positive way of turning it into a gift. So I wanted to share my ADHD story with you, because maybe you can relate. Maybe you know someone who can relate. And I don't think there's one answer for one person. I totally recommend a YouTube channel here on YouTube called How to ADHD. She is like insanely awesome. She took her, again, crazy ADHD and turned it into something positive and incredible by funneling and channeling that energy to help others. And I recommend her. But I just want you to know that if you are struggling, that you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. We just have to find a way to channel that awesome energy into something really positive. Is that it? I'll see you guys next time.